Coming on to economic factors. Now, as human beings came on the Earth's surface, they started exploring the surface of the Earth and they found various minerals. Minerals are really important for us. You see, all the places where minerals are available are densely populated. Being in Jamshedpur as a place where iron was found, and then there are so many places, Mumbai High, where oil is found in India, and similarly in the world, Ruhr Valley in Germany, where coal was found, Appalachian Mountains, where coal is found. So, like this. So, wheresoever you find minerals, you will find people start living in those areas because they want to get job employment, or they want to establish a factory like that. So, with minerals comes industrialization. Wheresoever minerals are available, we establish our industries over there. So, with industrialization, urbanization follows. So, minerals, industrialization, urbanization are the three economic factors which affect distribution of population. So it's obvious that where minerals are available, people will be living more, and where urbanization is there, people will be living more. You see the urbanized areas of India, Delhi and Mumbai as an example, are highly urbanized areas and people live there. So the population density is also very high. The third factor is socio and culture factor. People live in such areas where the similar kind of culture is found. Religion plays a very important role in the life of human beings. So we prefer to live in such areas where population of the similar culture, similar religious practices are there. So, like here, I've given you an example of Kumbh, where a lot of people are gathered, and if not, they're gathered. Still, the place is very densely populated. It has a lot of houses around it. Because of religious importance, a particular religion, people following a particular religion get concentrated in this area. Okay, so that's a religious factor. And similarly, the other religions also, you'll find Vatican City having concentration of Christians, like that. So religious factor affects population density. Social and political unrest, border terrorism, and government policy makes people move from one place to another, and hence you will find that people leave a particular region and go to another region where they find safety of life. Okay, so here I've given you two more examples where Kashmiri Hindus were uprooted from Jammu and Kashmir, and they moved all over India and all over the world because there was a social political unrest, there was a terrorism, so people were moved from there and they have concentrated in other areas. So these are the social and cultural factors, CAA and NRC Act, making people move from northeastern states to central states of India because of this government policy. So similarly, can give example of other countries also where social and political policies are making people move from one place to another place. Coming to, that was all about population density. Uh, I'm taking you to population growth now. So I'm rushing because you just wanted to revise. You've already learned these chapters and you wanted a quick revision. So I am not explaining it in detail. I am just rushing with the chapter. All right. But if you want to understand anything at any point of time, please come back to me and contact me. I'll explain you the topic. Population growth. Population growth is also an important topic, and many times many questions have come from population growth. So if you have to define what is population growth, then it is defined as increase or decrease in the number of people living in an area at a given point of time is called as population growth. See, growth can we generally think that growth is always positive. That means things grow only. No, it may happen that there is a negative growth. People might decrease in number, like nowadays because of COVID pandemic. It may happen that population of some countries grow negatively or decreases. How it happens? When birth rate is high, death rate is low, then population grows rapidly. But if death rate is high and birth rate is low, then there is a negative growth. So population growth is represented in absolute numbers as well as in percentage. What is the absolute number here? If I say in so and so state there were 100 people, and then there were 20 more births taken place in a year. So population has grown from 100 to 120. In absolute number, I'll say it is 20. 20 people are added to the population. But if I express it in percentage, like what is the percentage of people grown in the area? So I'll say 20% people have grown in the area. So 20%, when we express it in percentage, then it is also a way of explaining population growth. So here in this figure, you see absolute numbers as well as percentage. So people are given, the increase is given in numbers in millions and also in the percentage. So population growth can be expressed in both ways, in absolute numbers as well as in percentage. Okay, here it is mentioned that change in population is an indicator of economic development. So that means where population is growing rapidly, those countries are developed countries. No, not necessarily, but yeah, people prefer to live in such areas where living facilities are better. So, if not by birth rate, people go to such areas where development is there. For example, North America's population growth is not contributed by its own population. That means its birth rate is not high. People migrate from other countries to North America, hence their population is growing rapidly. So I hope you understand the concept of growth. Growth of a country is contributed by birth rate and death rate as well as migration. In some countries it is high because of migration, while in some countries it is high because of high birth rate and high death rate. Like in Africa, very high birth rate. Still 4 to 5 children per family are there. So high birth rate is contributing to the growth rate. But in countries like North America, Australia, it is contributed by migration. People are moving towards these countries, hence it is an indicator of economic development.